It's not real?
All right, move your head.
Hey, it's not gonna come off. Just hold on, man. Hold on.
Relax.
Hold on.
Relax.
Hold on. I'm not.
Where's your fishing license?
It's in my ID. Yes, sir.
Just because statute 790 says that you can do it does not mean that you won't be arrested.
We're in a safe environment, you know, safety first. Everything we following all the guidelines, making sure everything is the way it needs to be. Please don't demonetize the video. I guess that's all I needed.
Alright, what's good YouTube? GuardUp762 back with another banger. Now I got a lot of flack for my previous CCW videos. A lot of you guys were addressing the open carry claims I made, stating that open carry is illegal and don't do it or you'll go to jail. So I decided that I'd give you guys a better breakdown of the open carry laws in the state of Florida. Now, mind you, these laws are constantly changing and being updated, so please, before you go out and you attempt to do any of this stuff, make sure that it is up to date with Florida's new statutes and compliances and things like that, or you will end up in handcuffs. I'm telling you this because I've been in handcuffs for this before, so I know, like, okay, whether you do it knowingly, unknowingly, or anything like that, you can still go to jail. But let's get into it. So open carry has been illegal in Florida since 1987, which is the year Florida Statute 790.53 was created. Nevertheless, there are a few exceptions, but it is extremely complicated, which is why I left it out of my original CCW video. I didn't want to confuse people new to the community and new gun owners by, overloading them with this complex information. But here we are, and I'm going to get into it a little deeper. Before 1965, open carry was not seen as a crime. It was actually seen as the norm, and it was kind of seen as being shady when you're concealed carrying, because they felt like, what do you have to hide? What are you up to now that you're, concealing and hiding this firearm? So it was actually backwards prior to this in the state of Florida. From 1845 to 1970 in the state of Florida, concealed carry weapons license were basically just handed out at what was then the county building. So it's kind of different now. You have to go through courses and different things like that if you're gonna even get your CCW, being as Florida is permitless carry, so you do not need your CCW to carry. Another side note, permitless carry is similar, but it is not the same as constitutional carry. And I know it's kind of weird, or it might not make sense, but the only difference is the open carry laws. In a constitutional carry state, you can open carry with, without any issues. In a permitless carry state, you can permitlessly conceal carry your firearm. All right, so bear with me. Also, during this time, Florida Statute 79.25 was created, which basically stopped officials from passing laws kind of attacking gun ownership, more so making it to where you have, just like it is now. So it was more lax back then, basically. But with societal changes having an impact on the gun community, or 2A, we have seen a lot of changes, and extended statute 790 puts it in the black and white with a few exemptions, but those exemptions are to be defaulted to lawful gun ownership. All right, now let's go over statute 790 and when it's all right to open carry and who has the right to open carry. So first group is the obvious one. We're going to talk about the Army, Navy, militia groups or anything like that put together by the government. When conducting duty, they have the right to open carry their firearms. Also, if you're a security officer or something like that, like you secure a Brinks truck or something like that, your guidelines would be made by an attorney hired by your company. So the attorney hired by your company would determine whether or not and what limitations and guidelines that you have as to open carry. Usually this goes through like a paralegal, so from the attorney to the paralegal to you, you know what I'm saying, a thing like that. Also, members of a gun club, when conducting their job, they have the right to open carry their firearms. I hope I'm saying open carry, because it's concealed carry is just stuck in my brain, being as to I feel that in today's time, open carry is it just doesn't make sense as something to do. So it's not really a logical thing that I'd see to do, you know, as a civilian in Florida. But yeah, so where was we? If you are a member of a gun club, so that means if you basically work for one of these gun shops or something like that, you're transporting firearms from here to there, you're selling firearms through government contracts and different things like that, you have the right during duty to open carry your firearm. Next on the list, this is the most popular one, the most common one. I see a lot of auditors use this one. A person fishing or hunting lawfully has the right to open carry when going and coming from this activity. Now this is a big one. This might be the only time that you as a civilian are actually open carrying in public. But just because statute 790 says that you can do it does not mean that you won't be arrested. More than likely, if you're open carrying in public, especially if you're going to and from fishing, more than likely the police are gonna approach you and you're gonna go to jail. Even if you get your lawsuit, even if you get whatever, you're still gonna have to go to court. You're gonna have to make bail, you're gonna have to pay lawyer fees or sit or whatever, and going to jail isn't fun. So I would recommend you do not open carry. When you're hunting, it's a different story. It's kind of more like, okay, it makes sense. You can, you know, have more freedom when open carrying, especially if you're in a hunting environment. But as for fishing, you can do it, but do it at your own risk, all right? The next person that can open carry is someone engaged in target practice at an indoor or outdoor range. When returning to or from in a place that's not prohibited by law, you can open carry. So if you're at the range, you're going to your car, or you're going to the next lane, or you're at one of these big outdoor ranges and you're moving around, you can open carry with your gun on your hip or whatever, however you move with your gun. A lot of ranges don't really mind that. Open carrying at the range is okay for the most part. So private conveyance, a big one. This means in your vehicle. This is another one a lot of you guys are gonna be, you know, experiencing or doing. So in your vehicle, open carry is not prohibited as long as your firearm is securely encased. Now, what does securely encased mean? In a glove box, locked or unlocked, snapped in a holster, or in a container with a lid on it or something like that. A Ziploc bag. I've had police officers tell me that a Ziploc bag can be used as a concealed carry compartment or excuse me, can be used to, you know, carry your firearm in your private conveyance or vehicle securely, or in a gun case. Now this is a big one, and it's very important that you guys remember this, all right? Just trust me on this one. Another place you can open carry is when you're purchasing a new firearm and you're returning it to your home or your place of business. It's 100% legal. Also, if you're taking your firearm to a repair shop, you know, moving it in and out of the repair shop and then back to your home, open carry is all right in that instance. But once again, I want you guys to understand is that if you're doing this and the police want to approach you, they want to put you in handcuffs and they want to do these things. Now, yes, they would be violating your constitutional rights, but regardless, you will still be getting arrested. You will still have to go through due process. You will still have to pay lawyer fees, bail, you know, fines and different things like that. So yeah, it's just not a fun process. Going to jail isn't fun. So that's why I wouldn't recommend. All right, the last and final place we're going to discuss where you can conceal carry would be no other than your home. You can carry your firearm however you want to inside of your home. But thank you guys for coming through and watching the video. It's GuardUp762. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Banger after banger. I appreciate all the support on my last few videos, and if you need some background knowledge as to why I'm doing this video, check out my previous concealed carry video. And yeah, so also shout out to the Freedom Lawyer and the Armed Fisherman. I believe we might use his clip in here. Next I might go to Stand Your Ground. You know, this is great. We are learning together. I'm learning as you're learning, and I'm definitely interested in the Stand Your Ground laws. Let me know if it's anything specific that you would like me to speak about.